Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We have some breaking news coming out of Syria. The United States military, in conjunction with orders from President Trump and the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, has just unleashed Delta Force in a brutal midnight raid, eliminating a top ISIS terrorist leader. This isn't just another strike. It's a clear sign of what Trump's larger military strategy is. And this afternoon, I'm going to show you two tweets that confirm exactly what went down. This is coming from U.S. Central Command, and this confirms that Special Operations Forces conducted a raid in Syria that killed an ISIS external operations planner, someone actively plotting against the United States. You can see here, Omar Abdul Qadir was an ISIS member actively seeking to attack the United States. His death disrupts the terrorist organization's ability to plot and carry out future attacks threatening Americans and our partners. Quote, "We will not yield in our pursuit of terrorists seeking to attack the United States, our forces, or allies and partners abroad." That is from Admiral Brad Cooper, CENTCOM commander. Says, "I commend the efforts of our skilled warfighters and all who supported them during this mission." And this is the emblem for U.S. Central Command. Some of the comments here, another one bites the dust. "Why are you guys not announcing the strike on Al-Qaeda in Yemen?" Rand Paul, have you ever read To Kill a Mockingbird? This is exactly the type of leadership that we need from Donald Trump and from the Secretary of War. I'll show you this as well. This information is off of OSINT Defender, so this is open source intelligence. And they announced that this happened last night. Coalition forces carried out a raid today in the Hama Governorate of northwestern Syria that resulted in the death of senior operative with ISIS who posed a direct threat to the U.S. homeland, Omar Abdul Qadir Bassam. Here's a picture of this lucky individual. Delta Force operators went in, worked alongside local forces, and neutralized this terrorist mastermind. Gone, off the map. Now, you might ask, why does this matter? Beyond just one bad guy being taken out, this proves to everyone in that region that Trump is not slowing down. He is being crystal clear. America will no longer let terrorists breathe easy, whether it's the cartel boats that just disappear miraculously in the Caribbean, and we've seen 3 of those taken out in the last couple of weeks, or ISIS hideouts in Syria. If you threaten America, you will be eliminated. Here's the bigger picture. Trump isn't just targeting random terrorists. He's building momentum. And every one of these strikes signals where this is headed. Afghanistan. And I want you to remember how much equipment that Joe Biden left behind, basically totaling in the billions of dollars in U.S. military hardware, including Humvees, helicopters, rifles. Now that's all in the hands of the Taliban. And Trump has said before he's not done with Afghanistan until that equipment is either destroyed or recovered. So these operations, they're not isolated. They're part of a larger campaign. Trump is demonstrating the U.S. power again, showing terrorists worldwide that America is back in the fight, and showing the Taliban that the clock is ticking on this stolen arsenal that they've been flaunting. And I think this sends a real powerful message, not only to our enemies, but to our allies, that what we've got coming is powerful, and Trump is not quitting. This is proof Trump's military doctrine is simple. Hunt terrorists wherever they hide, recover what Biden abandoned, and restore America's dominance abroad. The question is, how soon before this shifts directly to Afghanistan? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Trump should send forces back to Afghanistan to reclaim our gear, that taxpayer-funded equipment? Or do you think we should just let it go? Because I believe that equipment is going to either be used against us by the Taliban, by ISIS, or it's going to be sold to another enemy and then used against us. That's just the way that this works. And I would like to know, how complicit do you think Joe Biden is in this whole thing? Maybe Mark Milley and some of these other actors that they had in office under the Biden administration. Because during Biden's time in office, I don't believe he could find on the map. I don't believe he could pinpoint Afghanistan on the map. We know about all of the auto pen disaster. Who was actually running the country during that time? Well, now it looks very clear we have someone running the country that has a full steam ahead plan. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on this video. Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you ready to send troops back to Afghanistan to get back that gear, to reclaim our taxpayer-funded equipment that was left behind? Because one way or another, we're going to have to do that. Donald Trump just put out another post on Truth Social today. Says, I'm pleased to host President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey at the White House on September the 25th. We are working on many trade and military deals with the president, including the large-scale purchase of Boeing aircraft, a major F-16 deal, and a continuation of the F-35 talks, which we expect to conclude positively. President Erdogan and I have always had a good relationship. Now, this should really change the minds of all the bad actors in that region, because if Turkey buys some of our military equipment, they're going to have the capability to do some of the work there against these bad organizations, against these terrorist cells like ISIS and the Taliban. This is another way to keep our troops from doing their work. And I think I'm okay with this. Notice we're not giving them equipment like the Ukrainians. We are selling them equipment. And you're going to have the detractors from all walks on the political spectrum saying that this is a bad idea. I'm waiting for Rand Paul and Thomas Massie to somehow say that enabling the people in that region to take care of themselves is a bad thing. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation? What do you think about President Trump? He is actively going after our equipment that was left behind, and he's preventing drugs and other narcotic substances from coming into our country in the Caribbean, coming out of Venezuela. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. This is the Ben Dykes Show.